Creep in closer and listen well. Robert Pickton, a seemingly innocuous pig farmer from Canada, is believed to have slaughtered up to 49 women, grinding their remains and mixing them with pork that he sold to unsuspecting customers. A chilling fact that sends icy tendrils of fear snaking down your spine, doesn't it? Pickton's reign of terror began in the early 90s, in the grimy underbelly of Vancouver's downtown east side. A place where the forgotten souls of society languished. It was here that Pickton found his victims. Women, mostly sex workers with substance abuse problems, were easily lured by the promise of money and drugs. Little did they know they were stepping into the lair of a monster. The pig farm, as it came to be known, was a place of unimaginable horrors. It was here that Pickton carried out his grisly deeds, his hapless victims meeting their end at the hands of this remorseless killer. The farm became a graveyard, the bodies of the slain women buried amidst the pig pens. Pickton's horrific deeds remained undiscovered for years. The missing women, their disappearances unnoticed or simply ignored by a society that had already cast them aside. But, as the years rolled on, the numbers began to mount. Something sinister was happening in Vancouver's downtown east side, and it wasn't long before the authorities took notice. The year was 2002, when the law finally caught up with Pickton. Arrested and charged with the murders of multiple women, a search of the pig farm unearthed evidence of his heinous crimes. Personal belongings of the missing women, DNA evidence and fragments of human remains were discovered, painting a macabre picture of the atrocities committed on the farm. The trial that followed was one of the most notorious in Canadian history. Pickton, standing before the court, showed no remorse for his crimes. He was eventually found guilty of 6 counts of second-degree murder, although the real number of his victims is believed to be much higher. The case of Robert Pickton, the pig farmer killer, serves as a chilling reminder of the monsters that can lurk in our midst. A man who used his occupation to mask his horrific crimes, his story is one of the darkest chapters in the annals of true crime. Yet, despite the horror, his story also serves as a stark reminder of the forgotten and vulnerable members of our society. Women who fell through the cracks, their lives ended by a ruthless killer. Their stories, though tragic, serve as a call to action. A call to do better, to protect the most vulnerable among us, and to ensure that no one else falls victim to such a monstrous fate. So, as we turn the page on this gruesome chapter, let us not forget the lives lost, the horror endured, and the lessons learned from the case of Robert Pickton, the pig farmer killer.